U.S. warships in the Red Sea have been battling a growing number of weapons fired by Houthi forces in Yemen over the past several weeks, including 17 drones and missiles. The Iran-backed Houthis have launched at least 100 attacks against 14 different commercial and merchant vessels in the Red Sea over the past month. But now, Iran is shocked. And you know why? The U.S. military hardware is combating Houthi attacks on maritime shipping, and they have deployed U.S. C-5 aircraft to the Red Sea with full power. Do you know how efficient this massive military machine is? Stick on, as we are going to show you the largest military transport aircraft, Lockheed C-5 Galaxy. So before we dive into the video, hit subscribe for a front row so that you won't miss out on our interesting contents and be a part of our community. The Lockheed C-5 Galaxy is a large military transport aircraft designed and built by Lockheed and now maintained and upgraded by its successor, Lockheed Martin. It provides the United States Air Force USAF with a heavy intercontinental range strategic airlift capability, one that can carry outsized and oversized loads, including all air certifiable cargo. The Galaxy has many similarities to the smaller Lockheed C-141 Starlifter and the later Boeing C-17 Globemaster III. The C-5 is among the largest military aircraft in the world. The C-5 Galaxy's development was complicated, including significant cost overruns, and Lockheed suffered significant financial difficulties. Shortly after entering service, cracks in the wings of many aircraft were discovered, and the C-5 fleet was restricted in capability until corrective work was completed. The C-5M Super Galaxy is an upgraded version with new engines and modernized avionics designed to extend its service life to 2040 and beyond. In 1961, several aircraft companies began studying heavy jet transport designs that would replace the Douglas C-133 Cargo Master and complement Lockheed C-141 Starlifters. In addition to higher overall performance, the United States Army wanted a transport aircraft with a larger cargo bay than the C-141, whose interior was too small to carry a variety of their outsized equipment. These studies led to the CX-4 design concept. But in 1962, the proposed six-engine design was rejected because it was not viewed as a significant advance over the C-141. The criteria were finalized, and an official request for proposal was issued in April 1964 for the Heavy Logistics System CX-HLS, previously known as CX-X. In May 1964, proposals for aircraft were received from Boeing, Douglas, General Dynamics, Lockheed, and Martin Marietta. General Electric, Curtiss-Wright, and Pratt & Whitney submitted proposals for the engines. After a down-select, Boeing, Douglas, and Lockheed were given one-year study contracts for the airframe, along with General Electric and Pratt & Whitney for the engines. All three of the designs shared a number of features. The cockpit was placed well above the cargo area to allow for cargo loading through a nose door. The Boeing and Douglas designs used a pod on the top of the fuselage containing the cockpit, while the Lockheed design extended the cockpit profile down the length of the fuselage, giving it an egg-shaped cross-section. All of the designs had swept wings, as well as front and rear cargo doors, allowing simultaneous loading and unloading. Lockheed's design featured a T-tail, while the designs by Boeing and Douglas had conventional tails. The C-5 is now a large high-wing cargo aircraft with a distinctive high T-tail, fin vertical stabilizer, with 4 TF-39 turbofan engines mounted on pylons beneath wings that are swept 25 degrees. Similar in layout to its smaller predecessor, the C-141 Starlifter, the C-5 has 12 internal wing tanks and is equipped for aerial refueling. Above the plane-length cargo deck is an upper deck for flight operations and for seating 80 passengers in rear-facing seats, unlike most commercial airplanes, and the embarked loadmaster crew in forward-facing seats. Bay doors at both nose and tail open to enable drive-through loading and unloading of cargo. The cargo hold of the C-5 is 1 foot around 30 cm longer than the entire length of the first powered flight by the Wright brothers at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. For its voracious consumption of fuel and its maintenance and reliability issues, the Galaxy's air crews have nicknamed it FRED, for fucking ridiculous economic or environmental disaster. JCB HME backhoe loader stowed inside a C-5. The C-5 loadmasters ensure cargo is secured and balanced before takeoff. Takeoff and landing distance requirements for the plane at maximum load gross weight are 8,300 feet around 2,500 meters and 4,900 feet around 2,500 meters, respectively. Its high flotation main landing gear provides 28 wheels to distribute gross weight on paved or earth surfaces. The rear main landing gear can be made to caster to make a smaller turning radius and rotates 90 degrees after takeoff before being retracted. Kenealing landing gear permits lowering the aircraft when parked, thereby presenting the cargo deck at truck bed height to facilitate loading and unloading operations. The C-5 features a malfunction detection analysis and recording system to identify errors throughout the aircraft. The cargo compartment is 121 feet around 37 meters long, 13.5 feet around 4.1 meters high, and 19 feet around 5.8 meter wide, or just over 31,000 cubic feet, that is 880 meter cubes. It can accommodate up to 36 463 kilogram master pallets, or a mix of palletized cargo and vehicles. The nose and aft cargo bay doors open the full width and height of the cargo bay to maximize efficient loading of oversized equipment. Full-width ramps enable loading double rows of vehicles from either end of the cargo hold. The USF has operated the C-5 since 1969. In that time, the airlifter supported U.S. military operations in all major conflicts, including Vietnam, Iraq, Yugoslavia, and Afghanistan, as well as Allied support, such as Israel during the Yom Kippur War and operations in the Gulf War. The Galaxy has also distributed humanitarian aid, provided disaster relief, and supported the U.S. space program. The Air Force considered Boeing's design to be better than that of Lockheed, but Lockheed's proposal was the lowest total cost bid. Lockheed was selected as the winner in September 1965, then awarded a contract in December 1965. General Electric's TF-39 engine was selected in August 1965 to power the new transport plane. At the time, GE's engine concept was revolutionary, as all engines before had a bypass ratio less than 2-to-1, while the TF-39 promised and would achieve a ratio of 8-to-1, which had the benefits of increased engine thrust and lower fuel consumption. Boeing lost the military contract, but went on to develop the successful 747 civilian airliner, with over 1,500 aircraft built when manufacturing ended in 2022 after 54 years of production. In conclusion, the C-5 Galaxy is capable of moving nearly every type of military combat equipment, including such bulky items as the Army Armored Vehicle Launched Bridge at 74 short tons from the United States to any location on the globe, and of accommodating up to 6 Boeing AH-64 Apache helicopters or 5 Bradley fighting vehicles at one time. And now you know there is no wonder why Iran was shocked by this beast. This military ship can literally take off every drone and warships deployed by Iran to the Red Sea. So, what are your thoughts about the efficiency of this largest military ship? Let us know in the comment section below. And that wraps up today's content. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications so that you won't miss out on our future contents.